can't breathe. Hey, long time no see. The time we spent apart is absolutely tragic and entirely my fault. Work is kind of draining me, but I have gotten better at handling it. Anyway, here's what I've been working on in between the Animal Crossing comic, which I am still currently working on, don't worry. We've got Intruders, my horror comedy webcomic. I'd recommend it if you can handle stuff like body horror, weird and freaky monsters, and some of the gore that will be involved later on. You can read it on my other social media. I'm up to chapter 4 right now. There will be, like 15 chapters? Maybe more if I have any last-second ideas to add to the story, like an epilogue or something. Fair warning, I've been working on it for like 4 years, and I'm not used to drawing comics for this long, so it looks a bit rough in some panels, especially the first 2 chapters. I was still getting the hang of drawing the characters. Anyway, moving on. So, just to get it out of the way, the Animal Crossing comic is almost done being drawn. That is, then I have to edit the panels together for the YouTube video and get voice acting. That's gonna take another couple months probably, if not more. I'm not gonna rush the actors, they don't deserve that. I'll try to get the voice actors going while I'm editing though, that should save time. I have to redo my lines too though. Ugh. And then there's Dungeons and Dating. Name pending, I'm not sure if it'll change, honestly, it works for now. It's meant to be a visual novel. Right now I'm just doing world building, character design, and planning out their stories. I know what I want to do with the game though, whenever I have time to learn how to make a damn game. So in this game you can choose a character to start with and follow through with their perspective. You're paired up with that character's love interest and you'll have dialogue and a few choices to make here and there. And there will be cutscenes at crucial moments. Completing the character's route will unlock the story from the other person's perspective. There's a good end and a bad end, depending on your choices. There would be an idle mode in between scenes occasionally, where you can interact with the love interest, talk to them, show them items from your inventory, and see some new poses that aren't in the main story. Sometimes talking in idle mode will help you get on the right track to a better ending. Just a bit more communication outside of plot-heavy events can go a long way. And once you finish a route, you can get their talk sprites and cutscenes in your gallery, and unlock some different outfits for scenes where their appearance isn't important to the plot, and also maybe some concept art. Here's some skits I made with their sprite art concepts so you can get a read on their personalities.
And meet what needs to learn some morals and values.
Look at him and tell me there's a God. He made me in his own image.
It's hot outside, but you are not. I mean, it's hot. Fuck! It's hot outside, but it's not as hot. Wait, you're not as hot as it is. Fuck! It's hot!
Do you want to make out? No. Me neither. I want to go to sleep.
Don't rob me, Katie. I'm just not ready.
And I will do nothing but devote myself to taking you down. I will destroy you. I will murder you in cold blood, and I will salt the earth so nothing will ever grow there. Give me my bugle.
Amanda.
Tommy, are you sure that Jax hasn't had a residual effect on you?
You monster! Don't kiss me! I want my bugle!
Mark, do you like limes?
It's an orange.
I love limes.
Very not ripe. What's my... Jeez, man.
It's bad.
What do you mean it's bad?
It's bad lime.
But yeah, I'm just planning it and drawing concepts for the sprite art right now, so we're at the very early stage of development for this one. But it sure is fun. And finally, I'm writing a book. It's called Tailor Made. Here's the synopsis. Set in the 1940s, a shadow gains sentience deep in the forest on the edge of a small rural town. The story centers around this developing being, Douglas, his journey of self-discovery, and his growing relationship with a lonesome tailor, Marie. A story of fashion, existentialism, music, and love. It's a paranormal romance drama thing. I'm like 60% done with it, but it is supposed to have illustrations, so I have to do that too. And revise the book at least, like, 3 times. Also, I wrote the scenes separately and eventually just connected them together. I knew the gist of what I wanted in the story, but I just worked on whatever scene I wanted to work on that day until it finally molded together. I have to fill in the gaps in places and flesh out those gaps even more, but yeah, this is actually a huge passion project of mine. If you like romance and weird shadow people learning how to exist, then this book is for you. But if you can't handle stuff like, I elderly people struggling with their mortality, descriptions of corpses of animals and people, reading someone's mental breakdown and losing their sense of self, or just really, really sad vibes, then I'd find something else to read. I'll let you guys know where you can get this book once it's published, don't worry. And yeah, that's all I have right now, except it's not, because I have other little concepts I've messed around with in between. Because no one can stop me. Here's a quick slideshow of all of that. And now we're done. As you can tell, I can't exist without making some new story or character to play with. I'm trying to focus on only a couple at a time so that I don't abandon any of these projects, but it's hard. I've gotten better though. First chapter-based comic is making progress. I'm almost finished with this long-running fan comic. It's going well, I'd say. Not as well as I'd like it to be, but beggars can't be choosers. Check out my social medias to see more content and what I've been working on. I'll try to post a little more often, but it's hard to find things that are actually worth posting in between, like, working on big projects and stuff. Maybe I could do, like, some teaser trailers for things, I don't know. Yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys later. I'll try to get something out to you as soon as I can. I did have an art challenge this February, the, like, Pokemon Fusion thing that I posted, like, I think a year ago. I did another one this year, so that should be fun. You guys will get to see that soon. I'll post a little slideshow of all of those. Yeah, that's about all I have to say at the moment, so I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye!